to San Francisco, but this is the 4th time this week that I'm going to San Francisco. And I've been going to Chrissy Fields off the pier to go for halibut. And I recorded every single time, but because it didn't turn out the way I wanted, I threw away all the footages. But today I decided, you know what, regardless if I catch something or not, I'm going to keep the footages and share what I learned. The last 3 times that I went, I took an L every single time. But yesterday I realized, you know what, I'm taking an L not as a loss but as a lesson. I'm a beginner fisherman and I'm learning as I go through trial and error and experimentation, just by observing what's going on and by watching YouTube videos on how-tos and learning and educating myself on how to be more effective when I'm out fishing. First day I went, at least I'm going for halibut, so at least I brought my fake bait, and I knew that I brought 2 fishing poles. One for the fake bait where I'm casting and reeling, casting, retrieve, cast and retrieve until you know, with the drop shot setup. And then my other fishing pole I was throwing on shrimp, and I'm realizing and watching everybody around me and they're using live bait. So I'm observing, okay, they're using live bait. Why is everybody using live bait? So I picked that up. I go home that day unsuccessful. And so now I'm going back the next day and I realize you got to use live bait at that pier. You know, because everybody's using it and guys are catching halibuts left and right of me. All around me except me. And so I got to imitate. See why they're getting success, understand it, and learn from it. And so they're catching the bait with shabikis, and then they're keeping it in a bucket, and they're using that as their bait. Alright, so the next day I bring a bucket, and I bring a shabiki. I started catching some bait, but then my shabiki got tangled. You know, because it is a little challenging throwing these shabikis because they're very small little hooks and they can easily get caught in things, or within itself, if you don't know how to cast it right, it will go into the water and just end up in a giant knot. And so I'm getting frustrated because I'm spending more time trying to unknot my shabiki than I am fishing in the water. And then at that time, the bait that I did catch, the few that I did catch, died because it's in the water for too long. In the bucket that I brought, the Home Depot bucket I brought, and I look around and I realize that these guys are catching the bait, throwing it in the bucket, and then they're throwing the bucket into the ocean with a string tied to it, a rope tied to it, and a lid with a bunch of little holes in the bucket so that the bait can stay alive. Okay, I learned how to cast a shabiki better, put some holes in my bucket, and keep the bait alive. Okay, cool. The next day, which is day 3, alright, use live bait, learn how to cast a shabiki better, and then I spent the morning drilling holes in my bucket. I went to the pier right away. I knew what to do, got out my shabiki, threw on a little bit of shrimp. I cast it out there. I start jigging it. I catch a bunch of them. Alright, I probably had about 10 to 15 jack smouts in my bucket. Cool, I'm feeling good. Alright, I got enough. I take one of the bait out, I throw it on my other line, and I have a high-low rig. So I'm casting one of the line in its mouth and the other line in its tail, just in case the halibut is biting it from the tail end. That way I can hook it too. Alright, I also learned that a good size bait is anywhere from 5 to 8 inches of jack smouth live bait. Alright, so I'm high-low rigging it, but I realized the bait is going in the water and it's getting all tangled. So that rig setup is not for live bait. Alright, but that's another story. Okay, so I have my 15 live bait I'm happy. I'm successful up to this point. I close the lid. I throw it in the ocean, and the current's coming at me. I throw it in the ocean, and I throw it directly underneath me. And then the rope get caught up around the wood underneath the pier. Instantly. As soon as I drop the bucket in there, I try to pick it up to move it somewhere else, and I couldn't pull it back up because the rope, which I put a bunch of little knots in it, thinking it's going to help me reel it back up easier, so I have some grip. I guess one of those knots got caught in between a board of wood, and I couldn't pull up my bucket. So in the water, in the ocean, is my bucket full of bait. Alright? And I'm just so like destroyed. I'm just like so frustrated. I'm just like, man, it takes me about an hour and 15 minutes to drive up to San Francisco, and an hour or so to come back. And I've been doing this for 3 days in a row. It's very time consuming and it's very frustrating. I'm at the point of like giving up. And then I said, you know what? I'm gonna take this as an L. What can I do? I can't pull up my bucket. My bait is down there. I'm not gonna jump into the ocean and get my bait. I'm not gonna do nothing stupid. At one point I was so frustrated I was considering climbing down the side of the pier, but then I snapped out of it and realized that's not worth it. It's not worth it. Let's just take it as a lesson learned and move forward. That was last night. This morning I woke up and I'm still discouraged, and I'm like, man, I don't know if I should go back, man, because it's time consuming and it's been rough for me. And then I started watching more YouTube videos, and there's this guy on there that I'm watching, and he's like, you know what? It's tough sometimes. It's tough sometimes, but you just got to get out there and fish, because the more you do, the more you learn. And that's just how this game works. And that's probably with everything too. And you know what? It encouraged me a little bit. It gave me a little bit of hope. So I got another bucket. I drove some more holes. I went to Walmart, got a lid for it, so I'm set. And so I'm out here going to San Francisco, probably another 40 minutes or so. And whatever happens today, I'm gonna keep the footages, and I'm gonna make a video regardless. Alright, you guys, so I'm here at Christie Field. I'm gonna walk up to the pier, but right now I have my crab net and 2 fishing poles and my bucket that I drill holes and got a new lid for. The reason I have the net is just in case I catch something, I can use the net to pull it up. So I'm gonna get there, set up the white fishing pole. I'm gonna throw a shabiki on there and go right into catching live bait. And as soon as I get a live bait, I'm gonna throw it on the black fishing pole and cast it out there and let it sit. And as it's sitting, I'm gonna keep catching live bait. And once I have a good enough amount, I'm gonna close up the lid and throw the bucket far into the ocean, or at least far away from the pier, so that I don't get it tangled right underneath the pier. And that's the game plan today. Alright, and we're in the water. Alright, let's go live bait. Alright, so this is one of the things I learned, is to jig really hard. Alright, you guys, so the bait is kind of slow today, but I do have two of them. One's already in the water. The other one I'm gonna throw in right now on my slider bait rig. So I'm gonna hook this up from the mouth out through the tip of the nose. Boom, just like that. And then the back one goes right about right here. I'm just gonna let it go in the water for a little bit just to wake it up and see if it's still alive. And it is. It's swimming around. Alright, swimming around. Now I'm gonna reel it up and cast it out there. Probably at about right. Alright, you guys, so I got both my fishing line in the water, and at the moment there's not too much action with the live bait going on, so I got both my pole in there, and I got it on a slider rig, so hopefully you know, all I can do now is just wait for the bite. But so far at the moment everything's going well. I had a few hiccup with the shabiki, but I asked one of the fishermen and he said just throw on a heavier weight and I won't have the problem with tangling the shabiki when I cast it out. Because my problem is every time I cast it out, it gets all twisted up and it gets all tangled. And so now I know, throw on a heavier weight and that can help prevent the tangles. But it's absolutely beautiful today, nice and sunny. A bit windy, but that's okay. It's not too bad. I underestimated the weather. I thought it was going to be hotter, so I didn't wear my thermals. I'm chill, but not too bad. Not too bad at all. Alright, you guys, so even though I missed that one, it was incredible, man. It was so exciting, bro. I seen the fish, man. It was a halibut, man. And the line broke off. It took both my hook. Now it's about that time to go back in and get some more live bait. So I'm gonna go over here on this side, try to see if I can get some live bait. And hopefully I can get at least one, and I'm gonna go right back in the water. Yes! I caught another live bait. I'm gonna throw this one on and see how it goes. that's it for today. A much better day for me. As you can see in the video, I had one bite and I set the hook, and it was a halibut. I seen it. I started thinking about what happened. Maybe because I was reeling too fast. I should have played it out. I knew it was set. I should have just played it out and waited and tired it out and hopefully reel it up. But I was reeling a little bit too fast and the line broke off. Both the hook broke off. So maybe next time I'll set the hook and reel it up nice and steady. But overall, today was a pretty good day. I learned from all of my previous mistakes and I built from that. And today was much better. And even though I didn't catch the halibut, I'm pretty happy about my performance. I'm really happy about that. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much.